This City of Light, A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira with artwork for the opening and thumbnail image by YANE on Pixiv. You can find a link to YANE's Pixiv in the description box. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. If you aren't sure what to comment, put Please enjoy This City of Light, Chapter 2. Trigger warning. Calorie counting. Marinette Dupang Cheng, Paris, France, the second night of December. No, Dad, I'm going out with Cat Noir. It's not the rolls, I swear. Marinette found herself sweet-talking her father after taking a too-small portion for family dinner, caught when she tried to excuse herself early instead of going for seconds. She wanted to get ready for Cat Noir, mostly because she didn't know if she would be Ladybug or herself. There's nothing like getting photographed without concealer on, and it didn't matter if she was with Adrian or Cat Noir, because there were always sneaky cell phones pointed their way. She even had her own hate group from the diehards. So, at this point, it didn't matter if Ladybug stuck around Adrian or if Marinette stuck around Cat Noir. She'd be harassed and stalked no matter what. But sometimes it was easier to be the baker's daughter than the masked heroine of Paris, or vice versa. So, without knowing what her identity would be for the night, Marinette retreated upstairs to curl her lashes and add a few coats of mascara. It was only Cat Noir, so she wasn't going to go all out. Getting pretty for me? Marinette whipped around, shooting a glare to Tiki lounging in the dollhouse for not warning her of her guest. Cat Noir! She'd been holding up outfits to her mirror, which had some kind of embarrassment attached to it if you didn't realize you had an audience. The one and only. Which one? She held up two outfits as he bent at the waist in greeting. I like your super suit best, really. Ah, a LadyNoir date then. That's what the gossip magazines will call it, yes. Where are we stopping for food? Wherever it was would be cramped with people after they left, trying to order whatever they had. We're stopping for food? This boy. He'd forgotten. Are you on another diet? He scratched his chin. I can get something with you as long as there's no dairy so I don't bloat. And as long as we eat before 8. I'll need to be flat by noon tomorrow. You mean starved? It adds definition. Marinette sighed, tossing him the outfits for him to put away while she transformed, just like he'd done dozens of times before. Tiki, spots on. Cat Noir hummed as he spaced the hangers, while Ladybug let the Kwamis know there weren't going to be any expeditions out of the house today for them, no matter how many rounds of rock, paper, scissors they played. They groaned, of course, and Cat shot her a sympathetic look before heading to the roof without her. Ugh, she was too young to be a parent like this. So, where are we going? Ladybug asked, stepping onto the balcony railing before wrapping her arm around Cat's neck. The Champs-Élysées. He grinned down at her as he got a comfortable grip. It's the most lavish display according to the blog. Are you sure you don't want to save it for last? Cat blinked a few times, then looked out at the city. That's an idea. Oh, come on, Cat. Don't sweat it. We can go there first. But if we go to Avenue Montaigne, I'm going to spend way too much time pressing my face into the shop displays. The Champs-Élysées is the perfect place to start our tour of this city of light. He looked around, then down at her. Well, if you insist. I do. She knew he'd overthink it and apologize tomorrow if she didn't. Come on, it's not getting any brighter out. The joke made him laugh, and they took off. It was nice to enjoy the decorated city while in his arms. She couldn't look at it like this if she'd been the one traveling? She wasn't sure what to call it, but oh well. Oh my goodness! Ladybug gasped as Cat Noir landed on the Arc de Triomphe. What? He tightened his grip around her waist, but she shook her head. She didn't mean to worry him. Look at the lights! He turned his head, then blinked a few times. Yeah, they're pretty. Cat leaned his head against hers until she slipped off. No, I mean the decor! Usually the trees are all red, but... Oh, I see it. He started laughing, grin wide. They're spotted. Whoever was in charge of decorating the avenue was clearly a superhero fan, because black Christmas ornaments decorated the trees, an ode to the Lady of the Mask for their city. I wonder if they've done a road for you as well somewhere. No, please. He relaxed into his baton, propping his hands and chin atop it. You're the hero of Paris, remember? I'm just the sidekick. She poked him in the ribs for the comment, and he laughed. Come on. She walked to the edge. Let's see what there is to eat. Do you think we could find any chicken skewers? Cat stepped off first, and Ladybug pulled out her yo-yo to follow. Ooh, pickles! She pointed at a stall, and he nodded. If you want them, they look good. Ladybug narrowed her eyes, knowing he'd join her in line but not order anything. Too many carbs? Not before a shoot. Carbs are good for you. That many wouldn't pass through me in time without some over-the-counter help. She withheld her eye roll. It was his job. Hate the industry, not the person. Chicken skewers, you said? Ladybug looked around, not seeing a stall, but instead making eye contact with at least a dozen staring civilians. Or a drink would work. Something sweet, maybe, as long as there's no dairy. When's the last time you ate? When he didn't respond, Ladybug turned to look at him. Cat? When's the last time you ate? I, had a big breakfast. Cat? Sorry. He looked at the sidewalk, the exact opposite direction of what they came here to admire. Don't apologize to me, she sighed. As much as she wanted to scold him, she knew he had another year left in his contract. There's a little Chinese place up the way. I think we can get something there. He bumped shoulders with her, still not making eye contact with anything but the path beneath their feet. Thanks, LB. Next time we're getting what I want. Yeah, of course. And I'm paying tonight. Arguing it would go nowhere, so she didn't put up a fuss as he counted out cash for the clerk working the stand. It's quite nice out, she said, biting into a green pepper on her skewer as Cat licked some sauce on his thumb after handing one to her. Right? She could see his breath as he answered, but it wasn't cold enough to billow around him. All we're missing is a little snow, and it'd be a perfect night. But then we'd have slush tomorrow. Oh, don't ruin my fantasy. What time do you think you'll be done? Oh, with the shoot? He stopped mid-bite to answer. Yeah. Could be 3. Could be 6. Why? I wanted to go shopping for presents. Oh? He didn't get it. One of the things that irked her was how precarious Cat Noir was with his relationships, as if he were always on the outside looking in instead of realizing he was part of the inner circle already. Yeah, come with me. Cat swallowed his bite and a smile, nodding faster than needed.
Yeah, that sounds great. Gift shopping with you. With a friend, I mean. Shopping with a friend.
Don't make it weird. She bumped hips with him. You literally have no problem dropping in my room at any hour, but shopping for the holidays is too much? You're silly. Pressing any more than that would scare him away, so she rolled her eyes before tossing him a wink.
Am I... He cleared his throat. Am I expected to shop too? At things like this?
No? I mean, you can, but...
Do I need to show up with a list?
What? No, you... Ladybug stopped, realizing he hadn't gone with them last year when she, Nino, and Alia went shopping together. Tell you what.
Yeah?
We'll do my shopping together, and you can get stuff if you want, and then we'll go pick out ornaments together.
Ornaments?
For our friends. We can gift them an ornament together, you know? He blinked, then nodded.
Yeah. That sounds great, actually.
Good, but don't rush the photo shoot. She wagged her finger in his face, knowing she had to specify that for this human-shaped blob of anxiety dressed up in a cat suit. I've got all the time in the world, okay?
Okay.
He looked away, and Ladybug knew there was more. What?
Nothing.
Cat.
I didn't say anything.
What's on your mind? She softened her tone, reaching over to touch his cheek, and he twitched in response.
It's stupid.
It's not stupid. When he didn't reply, she pinched his cheek instead of caressing it further.
Ow!
There! You've been tortured. Spill.
You pinched me?
Yep.
Why did you pinch me?
He cradled his cheek as she raised an eyebrow, and he sighed.
If...
he began, trailing off as he looked away.
If we go shopping, does that mean we won't see the other light decorations?
What? She took a breath. Don't invalidate him, LB. No, Cat, we will still go and see the other lights on the other days, okay? I promise.
Sorry.
He looked down at his skewer, twirling it between his thumb and forefinger. He'd only taken a single bite, and she was done with hers. Telling him not to apologize would only make him feel worse. You didn't eat much today, did you? And not just because of the shoot. Cat sighed, then met her eyes.
No.
What were you over... She cleared her throat to correct herself. What were you thinking about today? She expected him to clam up, but Cat Noir wet his lips with his tongue before sighing.
My mother,
he said, his hand with the skewer falling to his side. Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
Okay. Ladybug threw an arm around his shoulder and turned him to face the boulevard. Wanna walk the streets and count the spots in the trees instead? Cat smiled, soft in a way that made her heart ache.
Yeah, I'd like that. A lot.
Good. She rubbed between his shoulder blades before running her hand down his arm to press their palms together. Come on. There's a little thrift store up ahead I think you'll like too.
Thanks, LB.
She didn't address what he meant by that. Oh, and my father says he has a new recipe to try with you, when you have time. Next weekend?
Yeah.
Cat nodded, lifting the skewer to his mouth but not taking a bite.
I'd like that.
Good. Let's go. Navigating Cat Noir's anxiety had been a new aspect of their relationship, but she was learning. The magic of the holidays doesn't cure trauma, after all, and as much as Ladybug wished she could take him out of the environments that caused him to lock up and drown himself, she couldn't. Instead, she could give her partner a Merry Christmas with her family instead of letting him navigate this season by himself. But for now, she'd navigate him through the Champs-Élysées, twinkling with lights that made their past seem like something far away. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it all this way, comment chicken skewer and leave a like if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe for new parts, and by new parts I mean chapter 3 will be out tomorrow, so haha. Anyway, I hope you liked it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!